it's always nice when you can see the payoff just like that. It threw me off. I was like, what is going on? Because I am done. I'm pretty sure today was the best day ever. I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out. And if you're like me and you are like kind of OCD about your anchor charts and you trace them, this honestly will save you so much time. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene from Miss Calls Campers, and today is Sunday. I figured I would start doing these vlogs starting on Sunday just so you can kind of see how I get ready for my week. So today I've actually been doing a little bit of guided reading planning. So I have a guided reading video that's coming up for you guys, and I'm gonna head to my sister's because I got her a present. Hey, guess what? I brought you a present.
A new mattress? I needed one.
So we just finished unboxing the Lull. This is what it looks like for us right now. It's literally been out of the box
like 2 minutes.
But we're gonna go ahead and sit on it anyway. So have you ever had like a memory foam mattress before?
No, I have like a spring mattress.
So Ashley's had her mattress for
like 6 years. Probably,
6 years?
But it was someone else's before that.
But luckily, she has a brand new mattress. So Lull reached out to me a while back and asked if I needed a mattress, but I didn't need one.
But I needed one.
But she needed one. So this is Ashley's new mattress, and we're gonna keep up and see how she likes it, if her sleep gets better.
Usually when I get up, my back hurts and my neck hurts, and so hopefully this mattress will help because it sucks getting out of bed in pain. I want a good night's sleep.
So luckily with Lull, Ashley actually gets 100 nights to try this mattress out and see if she likes it or not. So is 100 nights enough time for you?
I think that will be good.
And if she doesn't like it, Lull is really awesome because they will actually send somebody to come pick up the mattress and return it if you don't like it after 100 nights, and you would get a 100% refund.
Paul was like, is it gonna be a nice mattress? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah.
And I actually, when Lull reached out to me, I looked them up because I was like, who are these people? I've actually seen them on Instagram and YouTube. I've seen them before, but I was curious how they compare to like other mattresses, and they're actually really competitive when it comes to price. And I have a code down below for you to use to save some money on your Lull if you decide you want to do one. They also have payment plans for you, but they rated almost 5 stars in every category, so
pretty awesome. Yeah.
Hopefully your experience is the same. So in their little instruction pamphlet that they gave us that we didn't read till after we opened it, it says that the mattress will expand in fully in 24 to 48 hours. So I think I'm gonna come back and see how she likes it throughout the week. Alright guys, so it's Monday after school. I feel like today was like one of the longest Mondays I've had in a really long time, and it's probably because I'm not used to it. It's the first Monday we actually have had in a while, because last week was our first week back from break, and we had an in-service Monday, so we started on Tuesday, and it definitely felt like a Monday today. I've got to say, I think my kids actually did a pretty good job for the most part. We did have to have indoor recess just because it was literally so cold outside today, and so we didn't go outside. I don't know, I think I said it last week, but I'm just so proud of my kids. I just feel like they're working so hard for me in class, and I don't know, I just am really happy to be their teacher. So today we started talking about Martin Luther King and because his birthday is next Monday, and they were really excited to get to start talking about him. We also started talking about adjectives today, which is so fun. And whenever I introduce a new concept that I really want them to get, I tell them that it is a second grade secret and close the door, because the second graders can't hear us talking about their second grade secret. And already today I saw so many of them use adjectives in their writing, and it just makes me feel so good. It's always nice when you can see the payoff just like that. However, like I said, it was our first Monday in a long time, so I feel like I was a little bit out of my routine, and I feel like I was kind of rushing to get to some things because I'm not used to going so quickly through them, because last week wasn't really a normal week. We didn't do things quite the way that we normally do them. But this week we're jumping right back in, and I feel like I was just kind of rushing through a lot of it. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit better tomorrow. I had to do one of my reading groups during math, but it was okay because guided reading is still my favorite part of the day, and it was really nice for, you know, me to get that time with my kids again. Now I'm gonna go and check in on my sister and see how she slept last night. I just texted her. This is so funny. And that's gonna be it for my Monday. Mondays are usually really easy because hopefully you've got things done ahead of time. You don't need to worry about anything or getting anything ready. I have everything prepared for me for all next week, so there's nothing I really need to do next week. I have everything prepared for this week. Next week is another story. I'll start thinking about next week tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you guys, well, in just a second, because that's how YouTube works. It's Tuesday and I'm leaving. It's a little bit after 4, but I honestly could have left right after school. The beginning of the week is always so easy, you know, everything's already done. It's a little bit too early for me to start thinking about planning for next week. I did have to change my observation date, so it's coming up sooner, so I will probably start thinking about that this weekend and thinking about what I'm gonna do. But overall, today was a really good day. I did leave my lanyard at home this morning, and I was already on the highway, and I was just like, I will be late if I turn around and go back and get it. So I called the office and had to have them open up my door for me. But other than that, I mean, like, I was pretty on my game today. Like, I feel good about it, better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was still trying to fit everything in. My kids were awesome all day except for when we started math, and our coach for first grade was coming today to observe my math, and you know, I was feeling great about the day. I was feeling good, and she walks in, she sits down at my back table. I'm feeling great. I'm not worried at all. Like, I felt better than I ever have, and we do the normal routine of doing our math, but the kids are just like wild, and it was so out of the blue, so unexpected, that I was taken aback. I was like, okay, we haven't had these sorts of problems in a long time, but everybody was like giggling and talking and laughing, and it threw me off. I was like, what is going on? So, you know, I stopped them. What's the problem we're having? They told me, and it was things that, like, my kids who know better were just acting out. And I don't know if it's because somebody was in the room or what, but even when we were counting back, so we count back from 20 every day, and I have a laser pointer that I shine on the number line. I have kids who know it and who don't know it, so that's why we do it every day. I will point the laser pointer at the number. Well, one of my kids who is higher, he was intentionally saying the number that was next. So if we were saying 654, he was saying 543 on purpose. And so I was like, okay, no, we're gonna do that again. And we did it again, and he did the same thing. And so when I took a dojo point from him, he was like, what? Because that never happens to him, because normally he's such a good child, but for some reason he was just trying to show out today. So that happened, and I had my chart tablet open. That's where we make like all of our anchor charts and things like that. It's just chart paper. I had it open to adjectives, but since it was math and I wasn't using an anchor chart for math today, I just closed my chart tablet, and the cover of it looks like this, and the cover of it looks like this. So it has like ABC on it, and my kids, as soon as I shut it, and I guess because I never really shut it, they weren't used to it, they started just singing the ABCs, and I was like, what are you doing right now? And it was all, of course, happening while another person was in the room. And so I go to my conference with her afterwards. I I was basically immediately trying to tell her, like, that is not normal, like, my kids, I don't know why they were acting out, and she was like, no, it was like fine, you handled it, you did X, Y, and Z, and she had nothing but positive things to tell me. And she said, like, she's seen me grow so much in just the confidence in my room, like I wasn't nervous at all, and she could tell. She said my pacing was awesome, and like behavior management was good, and I was like, okay, good, because I was worried that my class was like, I don't know, it was so out of the norm for me teaching, because they never disrespect me like that when we teach, but she said it was fine, so it must be fine. I don't know, I just feel like whenever someone else is in there, I tend to think more on like the negative things, not what I did right. I'd say overall it was a really good day. One of my students was so excited because she watched my Secret Santa video. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it for you right here. But it's basically me and a bunch of other YouTubers got together. We did like a little Secret Santa exchange. One of the gifts that I got was this shirt. It says, "Teaching is a work of heart." And she watched that video and she asked me why I wasn't wearing the shirt, and I was like, what shirt are you talking about? She's like, your shirt that you got for Christmas, and she was talking about this shirt. So I wore it today, and she was like so excited. My kids love watching my channel. I think it is the cutest thing in the whole world. I have parents text me all the time sending me pictures of like them watching, so I think it's really cool that they think it's cool that their teacher is on YouTube. I never intended for them to know, but now that they know and they love it, I'm just like, you know what? I know I'm not doing anything wrong on here, so I'd rather you watch me on YouTube than some of these other things that are on YouTube right now. So it's a lot of fun. I am gonna head home, not do any schoolwork. I figured out a trick. That teaching bag over there, it's empty. It has pens in it and my laptop, and that's it. I decided yesterday that I was gonna go home and not do any schoolwork, so I left my lesson planner at school intentionally for the first time ever, and I didn't do any schoolwork. So today I was like, I'm not going to do any schoolwork. And I went to pack up my lesson planner and I was like, I don't need that. So I left it sitting right where my lesson planner is supposed to be, and I'm not going to do any work tonight. I'm going to go home and enjoy myself and eat ribs. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. So today was not the greatest day in the whole wide world, and I hate to say that because it started off wonderful. It started off fantastic, actually. We had a really good start to our day. Everybody came in, it just felt so nice. And then we had literacy. Literacy was great. We have our routine down, it's wonderful. We're doing more work with Rhyme Magic, and I feel like my kids are growing so much from that. And we did our small groups. So small groups are great, and small groups, you know, that's my favorite time of day with my kids. I love that time with them, and I love how much they're growing, and we're doing our Rhyme Magic, and I feel like that's helping so much. And then lunch comes, and one of my kids was supposed to have silent lunch, which is basically where you sit by yourself, yesterday. I forgot, and he forgot yesterday. So I said, you knew you were supposed to have silent lunch yesterday, so you're having it today. And at first I wasn't sure if I should do it, but he pretty much gets in trouble at lunch every single day, so I did. I made him do silent lunch today, and I told him, you're gonna sit here, you're gonna face this direction, not looking at anybody, and you're gonna eat here. And I told the sweet cafeteria lady, I explained it to her, and she was like, oh yes, he is bad every single day. I was like, okay, we're on the same page then. Because I never see these things happening. It's always someone else telling me, whether it's like another teacher or the sweet cafeteria woman, and I'm just like, over it, like we can't do it anymore. So I go and I pick up my kids from lunch. 3 boys decided it was a great idea to like tear open their milks, make a huge mess everywhere. And then the one boy who was supposed to be at silent lunch decides that the whole time he's gonna spin around on the stool, because they're the stools that's like, you can like swivel in them, spin around in the stool the whole time, this area where he was eating at, all by himself. The entire table was covered in crumbs, and it wasn't like that when I dropped him off. And I was like, clearly you were playing with your food. And I made him apologize to the cafeteria woman and clean it, because like, he just doesn't realize there's gonna be a consequence for the actions he makes. So I we did a bathroom break. We all came back to the classroom, and whenever we come back in from lunch, we always put on calming music. They lay their heads down, they just rest for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I need to take this a step further. So I sit there really quick. I type up I lost my special reward. We have like a special reward on Fridays for doing well in specials in the cafeteria. So what I decided to do is to say, okay, you know what, you did not behave well on this day. You haven't behaved well in the past. So what I decided to do is type it up. I tell them why they lost it. I signed it. I made them sign it, and I said, if your parent or guardian does not sign this and it does not come back to me tomorrow, you've lost the reward for next week, because I am done. I don't feel like they think, these few children, I don't feel like they respect other adults as much as they respect me, and that is completely unacceptable. And I had one boy who, as soon as he saw me typing it up, because he could see it like on the screen, he just started bawling. And I was like, why are you crying? And he said, somebody told me to. And I was like, it doesn't matter if someone else told you to do something. And then I asked him, who's in charge of you? And he said, me. And I said, okay. And then we talked about Martin Luther King Jr., which is who we're studying right now. And I said, so when Martin Luther King Jr. had a problem, how did he fix it? I shouldn't have to tell him these things. He knows these things. And this is the first time he's ever been that upset about a consequence. So I'm hoping it works. And I hope this doesn't sound terrible, because I'm not a terrible person, but something has to click. Because it's the same boys over and over again. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. But we are having a lot of fun talking about Martin Luther King Jr. We are adding to our little outside display. So we've already done our dreams up top, and we added the little feet at the bottom for I can follow in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s footsteps by doing this. And it's been really, really fun. I love riding with my kids. I love seeing how far they've come. So all that is great. I'm still completely enjoying teaching. I'm enjoying the planning side a little bit more now that I feel more comfortable in my skin and comfortable sharing ideas and trying things, and I just feel so good about it. So I will leave you with that for today, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Thursday after school. It's about 6 o'clock, and I don't know, today is just one of those days again where I just feel so tired, and I don't know why. I guess I'm still not used to the routine, or maybe I just need to go to bed earlier. Actually, that's not true, because I've been coming home and passing out on the couch. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I didn't have coffee this morning. I don't know. I was so tired today, and I started getting headaches later in the day. But guys, today was like, I'm pretty sure today was the best day ever. And there wasn't like any one thing that made it great. It was just the entire day went so well, and I just can't even describe it. Like, I felt so good about everything. Our morning was great. We had got a good report in specials. We did our literacy, and it was great. And we're talking about Martin Luther King Jr., and they love it. They're so into it. We're talking about some really, really big and heavy concepts with them, and they're just doing such a great job. And their writing that's connected to Martin Luther King Jr., I just love the way it's turning out, and everything's just kind of falling into place. And next week is going to be so much fun, and I'm really excited about that. I just feel like there's so much right now to be excited about, and I was really worried about lunchtime today, because I told you guys yesterday, like, some of my kids just couldn't behave in lunch, and so they lost their special reward that we get every Friday. And today they were great during lunch, and I was just so proud of them, and everything was just going so well. And then we did math, and math was super fun. We're working with shapes right now, so I've been letting them work in groups and do some tangram puzzles. I think that's how you say it, tangrams. I'm not sure if they're like the different little 2D shapes. And they are having so much fun with that, and it's so great because, you know, I can really see like the light bulbs like going off in their heads when they're understanding something. And I just feel like our routine flowed so well today, like it was almost perfect. And then we have a fire alarm go off, and it turns out like it was a real, you know, emergency. Everything was fine, but it was like a real, oops, it was like an actual fire alarm that went off. And today was the coldest, rainiest day. I even tried on my little, they're like duck boots. I tried them on this morning. I was like, I don't really feel like it. So I just wear regular flats. And then the fire alarm goes off, and I was like, this would happen. And so it's in the middle of when first grade is like changing for one of our intervention groups. So kids were like everywhere. I was just pulling every kid into my room. We went out the back door. One of my kids, oh my gosh, one of them, I guess she was trying to jump over a puddle, but she landed in the puddle and then she slipped and fell and got covered in mud. It was terrible. And we were standing out there, half the kids that didn't have jackets because we were inside, you know, obviously when it happens, and when it's a fire drill, you just go. So they were over there like freezing cold, and everybody was like muddy and everything, and we stood out there. Finally, we get to go back inside, and I was like debating the whole time we were out there whether or not I wanted to do this, because I'm not the kind of teacher who just does this, but I let them take off their shoes. So we went into the hallway and I lined them up and I said, take off your shoes where you are, push them against the wall, then go inside, sit on the carpet quietly. They followed all the steps up until quietly because they were so excited about taking off their shoes. I never, you know, let my kids take off their shoes. Like, the most they get is like, maybe I'll let them wear slippers if it's a pajama day or something. But like, our stinky feet coupon is not active yet. I haven't released it. So my kids don't take off their shoes, and they were just having fun. And I was like, you know what, that's okay. Like, we can have a little bit of fun, because it was kind of like in an awkward time during the day. So we came in where we only had like a short amount of time left for our intervention, but we decided we would just go back to our normal classes. So I had all of my same kids instead of having my kids I normally see for intervention, if that makes sense. So since I had my same kids back and we just had like a little bit of extra time, I kind of like just played around with them for just a little while, and then we went to snack, and then we did our, you know, routine and everything for literacy. But it was just a good day, and it was so fun, and we added it to our little memory bulletin board that we have. It's just kind of cool to know that it's filling up with all of our memories, and I plan on making my kids a really special video at the end of the year, like combining like all the pictures and things I have with them and sending it home with them. But for right now, like, it's just, we're just having a good time in there, and we're learning. Like, we're having fun, but we're also learning, and I just feel good about everything. Except every time I start to feel really good about things, the fact that I have an observation soon kind of like comes in from nowhere, and I haven't thought about it at all. As much as I've said I'm going to start thinking about it, I haven't thought about it, but it'll be okay. I will be fine, right? Okay, but it was a pretty good Thursday, and although I am exhausted, and although I had, you know, a huge headache for the last like 3 hours of the day, I feel really good about everything. But although I got home later than I wanted to, and actually I left early, I normally stay Thursdays and make it like my copy day and do all these things, and I just couldn't today. Like, I stayed later than I wanted to. But tomorrow is Friday. It is our awards day for my kiddos, and I realized today, like, I had not made the awards, and we were supposed to hand them out tomorrow. So luckily I remembered and I made them, and it's fine. Well, I made most of them, but you know, just there's certain things that, you know, just you put on a back burner and then you forget about it, but then your mind has your back in the end. You're like, wait, okay, you were supposed to do something, so it's fine. We're all good. The only downside is tomorrow's Friday, and I was looking forward to wearing jeans, and it's awards day, so I have to look nice because parents will be there. So I guess, you know, I'll wear a dress. Oh my goodness, I love dresses. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, so it is Friday after school. It's actually almost 6 o'clock, and I am still sitting at school because, I don't know, I just didn't stay too late yesterday, and so I spent today trying to do a lot of things and figuring things out, and I just am feeling a little bit overwhelmed, which is unfortunate because I think I've had a pretty great week so far. Like, I felt really good about everything, but today was awards day, so, you know, I wore like a nice dress, I curled my hair, and that was fun, that was fine. I always get a little bit anxious though because I'm someone who is not a very good public speaker, and you know, I'm fine in front of my kids, like I really am, but just like thinking about all those parents that were gonna be there and just talking in front of everybody, I was just feeling really anxious about it, and like my hands were sweating, and it's always awkward whenever you're, you know, about to have your award ceremony and like parents are asking you, hey, did my child get an award? And you have to say, no, but like your child's amazing. Because not every kid can get an award every time. That's just not how it works, or else it wouldn't be special. And you know, I've said before, like I think I have an amazing class, so it really is hard for me to pick these things. And you know, I'm trying to make sure, you know, hopefully everybody gets an award by the end of the year, hopefully, you know, depending on them really, but I don't know, these things just stress me out. But I feel like my class has been like a really good sport about it, so that was fine. But it just, overall, it just felt like a crazy day because we had the awards ceremony in the morning, which means my normal planning time got pushed back to about 12:30, which is after lunch for us, and it was different, and I think I like it being that way, but because our schedule was thrown off and different than what I'm used to, I was thrown off a little bit, and things just weren't rolling the way I wanted them to roll, on top of it being a Friday. Of course, I have all these things that, you know, I need to get done on Friday, like our spelling test, something to go over their grammar, something to go over math, which we didn't get to today, and that's fine because it was on shapes and we're going to be doing shapes in the next couple of weeks anyway, so that will be fine. But I started feeling overwhelmed towards the end of the day because as a team we all break up and divide the planning, but for literacy next week it is just like, or it has been, so like kind of all over the board, because we're like trying to create a unit from scratch, and it's just like really frustrating to me because, you know, I'm used to knowing exactly what I'm going to be doing the following week, and we were still kind of like debating on things and figuring things out today, and part of it was because we didn't have all of the books we needed, which is really frustrating. There were all these little things that we were still trying to decide, like up until school ended and even after that, and to me that's just like so hard. And I felt like just because not knowing what I was going to be doing next week so I couldn't prep every single thing I needed was just really tough for me. And I went to my mentor teacher's room and I was just like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out. I still don't know every single thing I'm doing next week, like for sure. I think I do, pretty much do, but it just took a long time to get me there. So that being said, it has been one of the hardest days for me today. I don't know, I was just drained. And I think it's because my kids were just kind of wild today. We did an egg activity for Martin Luther King and I forgot the eggs, and one of the teachers called my room and was like, hey, do you have the eggs? And I was like, nope. Because I left the house this morning and I was like, okay, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I had my keys, I had my lanyard, I had my laptop, I had all my chargers, I had everything I needed, I had lunch, I had everything. I was like, I'm not missing anything. And then she calls me and I'm like, I'm missing eggs. So thank goodness my sister was actually able to bring us eggs. And so of course the office was really confused and the principal was like, just curious, what are the eggs for? But the activity was fun. So we've been learning about him all week long, and so when I brought up the brown egg and the white egg and they made predictions and everything, and I broke the egg, we did the activity, we filled out this little sheet, and the last sentence was like, Martin Luther King Jr. wanted everyone to be treated the same. They finished their writing today and their writing was good, and I'm proud of them for that. And some of my kids have grown so much in their writing, and I just, I love them so much for that. But I don't know, I was feeling really overwhelmed after school, and so what I did was I sat in my library for a good 10 minutes and I just sat there, nothing, just sat there. And then I went and talked to teachers, made myself feel better. And then I turned on music in my room and just jammed out for a little while. And I think I'm good now. So I'm going to go home. I have a lot to do this weekend, so you will probably hear from me. So I'll see you then. Good morning and happy Saturday from me and Tesla here. We're waiting on my husband right now. He actually went to go pick up some sourdough bread for French toast. I love French toast. And he loves cooking breakfast, so he's braving the rainy day today to go get some sourdough bread for us and hopefully stuff for mimosas if I'm lucky. But I think, oh, can you rock it? Oh, I think she's so funny. Tesla, you can't do that when I'm filming. I think she thinks I'm gonna throw it. I think for the most part, it is going to be a pretty relaxed Saturday. Is this weird, me holding like a dog toy while I'm talking to you? Okay. I think it's gonna be a pretty relaxed Saturday. Oh gosh. I am just enjoying my coffee right now. Tesla's enjoying my company. And I think I'm just gonna like edit some videos, maybe make some anchor charts. I'm not really sure. But for the most part, it's gonna be a pretty chill, pretty relaxed Saturday. I know yesterday I was feeling really overwhelmed after school. I told you guys about that, but I feel a lot better now that I've had the chance to kind of sleep on it and rest a little bit. Yeah, I'll update you guys if I end up doing anything for school, but for the most part, I think it's gonna be pretty laid back. And just because I know some of my first grade babies are probably watching this, hello, Miss Call loves you, and I will see you guys soon. Good morning and happy Sunday. I am in the best mood. And I feel like this vlog has literally been so up and down. Like, I am such a roller coaster of emotions this week, but I just feel so good today. And I think that's partly because it's setting in that it is a 3-day weekend. We're off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day tomorrow. So right now I'm literally just enjoying French press coffee. A lot of you guys have mentioned to me before that you want to see how I make my coffee in my Bialetti, like how I do my lattes at home with that little espresso maker. And I think probably in next week's vlog I'll show you. I keep meaning to, but I just keep forgetting. And depending on the day, I just am in a different mood for coffee. And this morning it was French press, which, can we talk about how beautiful this rose gold French press is? I can't get over it. But yeah, this morning I don't really know how much I'm gonna be doing for school. I'm waiting for my guided reading video to upload to YouTube right now, which it looks like it's almost done. So if you guys are wanting a little bit more information on guided reading and you wanna see my Plan With Me video, you can click right up here for my guided reading Plan With Me that I just filmed. I filmed me planning for all of my levels. And let me know if that's something that you guys want to continue to see, or maybe if you just want a certain level planned, because I planned for all 5 of my groups and they're all different levels. So if you would rather see, you know, one video on a level B, just example, or one video on a level, you know, K example, let me know, because I want it to be something that's helpful for you. And speaking of helpful, Michelle from Apples and ABCs just started her YouTube channel, and I would love, love, love it if you guys went and showed her some support on her channel. I will link her channel for you guys right up here so you can go watch. Her first video is about teacher self-care, and we could all use it. She is new to this YouTube space, but you know her from Apples and ABCs, and she's gonna be featured in one of my upcoming videos, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. So first on my list is to check in with my sister, see how she's loving her Lull mattress. I'm really grateful that I was able to do this for her. She is going to be a newlywed, so this will be absolutely fantastic for her. And then when me and my husband are getting a mattress for our guest bedroom, we will probably get a Lull. Yay, okay. Guided reading video is live. Oh, that's such a good feeling. If there is something that you've been waiting for me to post, please let me know down below. I do have my Outfits of the Week video coming. I have my teacher interview tips coming. It's all filmed. I just have to get it edited and like pace it so I don't, you know, post 10 videos a day. But that is all coming, so let me know what else you want to see. I work really hard to post things that you guys want to see. Really quickly before I go, I am going to make one of my little mini anchor charts. I'm not really sure what to call it. We did long A, silent E last week, so I made a little mini anchor chart for that. And this week we're doing long I, silent E. So basically we're focusing on sneaky E for the next couple of weeks. We're teaching each vowel separate, I guess, instead of teaching them all together. I don't know. So I want to create a little mini anchor chart for each vowel, I guess. This is what it looks like. So it just says sneaky E makes the vowel say its name. And I have a picture, and we're gonna stretch the sounds to see what we hear, but then we're gonna talk about the sneaky E. I don't know why I'm saying we already did this. So we wrote, like for this one, snack, snake, cack, cake, calf, cake. So I'm really quickly just going to make a long I, sneaky E version of this for you guys, and I'll walk you through it. I have been printing well, I've only done one so far, but I really like it. I've seen on Pinterest, people are printing their anchor charts. And I've seen it for a while now, but I was like, how are they doing that? Are they going through like a website? I know that One Happy Classroom posted a video a while back on how to make like big letters or posters or something, and she went to this website, but I was looking for an easier way to do it, and I found out that to have Adobe, you can just print in like, there's a certain method to it, and I think I might make a video on how to do it just so you guys can see, because honestly it's making my life so much easier, but that is a whole other video. So I am just printing these on normal sheets of paper, and I'm kind of putting them on my anchor chart paper, and it just has this taped to one corner of it right now, and we're just gonna go through and add all the vowels. But for my adjectives anchor chart, what I did was I just threw it together in PowerPoint, and I put writing lines on there just because my kids are still, you know, in first grade and they need that. So I recommend, if you're doing it, you know, for the lower grades, to put writing lines, because you know our anchor chart paper comes with writing lines on it anyway, so I still wanted to have that aspect. But I like how neat it looks, and if you're like me and you are like kind of OCD about your anchor charts and you trace them, this honestly will save you so much time. So that will be coming out in a future video for you guys on how you can make a large anchor chart, but this is just a mini one, so I'm gonna stop talking and make it. So this is the little poster that I was playing around with before I ended up going with this, because for teaching it for the very first time, I figured we could just go through the sounds all together, but I think from now on I am going to leave these in here just while we're teaching Sneaky E, because, well, it'll just save me time. They already get the main concept. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to duplicate this slide. So I'm going to keep the Sneaky E title. The only thing I'm going to change is these pictures, and I do not own this clip art. I literally just went to Google because this is not something I plan on selling. If anything, I might share it with you guys for free because, yeah, I'm just not interested in selling it. So these are the spelling words that we are going to be using for next week. Most of the time with my kids, I like to do real pictures, but for this, I think it is fine. So these technically are our spelling words, but we're gonna go over this on Tuesday and just review it every day. And, you know, hopefully by the time we get to our word check, they will know. So I'm thinking of a sentence I wanna use now with these words. So I think I'm gonna try to trick them. Out is a sight word, O-U-T, out. They know how to spell that, but this word should be outside. So I'm wondering if they'll be able to notice the silent E needs to be here as well. So I have ride, line, bike, bit, bite, hide, and kite. So I'm gonna go through and look for some clip art for that. This little mini anchor chart kind of worked out really well with my kids last time, so I'm gonna do the same thing this time. Make sure all my words look good. It's gonna throw me off that they are not all centered. I don't know if I want them centered or not. Do you think they look better centered? I don't know why I'm asking you because you can't answer. I think it looks better centered. Okay. Ride, line, bike, bite, hide, kite. That looks good to me. So that's it for this. I'm literally just gonna print this page out and put it in my folder for school. Okay guys, so this is what I printed out for Tuesday, since we won't have any school Monday, and I will save a majority of my planning for Monday because I don't know, I just don't feel like doing anything today, and I think that is okay. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Click that red subscribe button if you are not part of our family already. I look forward to this time with you guys every single week, and don't forget to check the description box for more information. I always type extra things in there for you guys and hopefully answer most of the questions that you have or include resources that you need. I also want to mention my sister actually sent a video of her talking about her Lull experience now that she's had it for a week. I will go ahead and put that video in my end screen for you guys to check it out, and don't forget the Lull information is in my description box to save $150. Thank you guys so much for being here. I cannot wait for you to see all the fun videos I have in store for you, and I love you.
So I've had the mattress for about a week now. I 100% love it. It is so much softer and more comfortable than my old mattress. It kind of like molds to your body. It supports you a lot more. I used to wake up with a lot of back pain and I haven't this week. I don't roll around as much, and before I would like roll around, get comfortable, roll around, get comfortable. Even my fiance, he was kind of skeptical. He thought we got a mattress in the mail. If you just think about like all the mattress stores and how your parents bought mattresses, but he laid down the first night and he was like, wow, truly surprised how comfortable it was. So we both really love it and it's awesome.